wipe it down. Wipe, wipe.
Isn't there also a long settled law that it goes back to the Eisentrager case? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, Johnson versus Eisentrager.
Right. That American citizens who collaborate with the enemy have considered enemy combatants.
They can be.
They
can be. They're sometimes criminally prosecuted, sometimes treated in the military.
Well, let's talk about can be. I think
under Supreme Court precedent.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a Supreme Court decision that said that American citizens who collaborated with Nazi saboteurs were tried by the military. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think a couple of them were executed.
Yeah.
So if anybody doubts, there's a long-standing history in this country that your constitutional rights follow you wherever you go, but you don't have a constitutional right to turn on your own government, collaborate with the enemy of the nation. You'll be treated differently. What's the name of the case, if you can recall, that reaffirmed the concept that you could hold one of our own as an enemy combatant if they were engaged in terrorist activities in Afghanistan? Are you familiar with that case?
Yeah, Hamdi.
Okay. So the bottom line is, I want every American citizen to know you have constitutional rights, but you do not have a constitutional right to collaborate with the enemy. There's a body of law well developed long before 9/11 that understood the difference between basic criminal law and the law of armed conflict. Do you understand those differences?
I do understand that they're different bodies of law, of course, Senator.
But that dot, okay, so that dot in the or that piece of this mosaic puzzle, this million-piece puzzle. That has been put together, Dave, and actually you have, through you and through others like you, that, and I call them this sort of digital network of people that have put this million-piece puzzle together, and it's not complete yet, because there's some other corners and middle pieces that have to be done that have to do with accountability, as you know. But why would Barack Obama be so threatened to mention me alongside dear leader Kim Jong-un, right? Who's a, you know, I mean, everybody's got an opinion about him, but why? And I will say that for another time, because I do believe that there is an accountability that must occur. It has to occur. If it doesn't, our country is not going to be a country. That it has to do, I believe, with what you and I talked about. I think before we started, it has to do with the blunt truth of what his administration was doing publicly, and then what his administration got caught doing over time. Because if you know, I mean, so in a way they sort of looked at and knew that I was probably, because at that meeting, you know, I'm probably going to be designated in some role, right? Right. So and I think it was the next day or the day after. I'd have to go back and look at a calendar, but I'm designated as the National Security Advisor. So that, I guarantee you, scared the hell out of me.